Good morning, graduates, guests and alumni. Welcome to Newcastle University's 5th graduation event in Malaysia. Today we will celebrate the achievements of 7 biomedical science students, 100 MBBS students, 19 Master of Research and 1 postgrad diploma in medical education student. The ceremony will be presided over by Professor Chris Day, Vice-Chancellor and President of Newcastle University. When the academic procession enters the room, please stand until Professor Day sits on the stage. During the ceremony, each graduate will be announced and will receive their Newcastle University hood on stage before shaking hands with Professor Day. Could I please ask that you show your support by applauding every graduate? Photographs are allowed, but please do not block the aisle or the view of your fellow guests. The ceremony will begin shortly, so please could you turn your mobile phones to silent mode. At the end of the ceremony, graduates are reminded to remain seated after the academic procession exit. Guests are welcome to join the reception in Exhibition Hall 101. Marshals will be on hand to lead the way. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the day.
I hereby declare open this congregation, which is held for the conferment of university awards. Please sit down. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, graduating students, our honorary graduate, Professor Dato Dr. Zaini Ujang, our honorary guest, Dr. Robert Teo, and colleagues. My name is Professor Chris Day, and I am lucky enough to be Vice-Chancellor and President of this wonderful institution, Newcastle University. On behalf of the university, it's my pleasure to welcome you all to this morning's graduation ceremony in the splendid surroundings of the Persada International Convention Centre. I hope that all of our graduates and guests have a memorable and enjoyable day. I've had an interesting week already. I think every graduation ceremony that one presides over is slightly different, and I take back stories and anecdotes to tell. So the best one I've had this week so far, I did a graduation ceremony for engineering students in Singapore on Wednesday. And as you will see in a moment, and you've gone through the rehearsal, when you get your degree, students, you come across the stage. I'll be standing here and I'll shake your hand and we'll have our photograph taken, and then you'll walk off the other side. So I got about 120 students into this very long ceremony on Wednesday afternoon. And the student, who was quite short, stood up to me and whispered something in my ear. And I didn't hear what he said. And so I said, yeah, again, what did you say? And so what he actually said was, could I have a hug? So I gave him a great big hug, and off he went across the stage. So that's now gone viral on Twitter and on social media, and I've had many vice-chancellors emailing me saying that unfortunately I've now set a trend and they're going to have to be giving all the graduates a hug. So if any of you want a hug, just give me that sign when you come onto the stage this morning. It's a measure of our success here now, of course, in Malaysia, that we can no longer host the graduation ceremony on our wonderful campus owing to the large number of graduates and their families and friends. But I hope while you're here, families and friends, that you get the opportunity to visit the campus. I know I saw some of you there yesterday, so please take that opportunity. Before becoming Vice-Chancellor of the university, I was head of the university's Faculty of Medical Sciences, and I clearly remember almost 9 years ago now visiting Johor. The campus was literally a building site in the middle of a field, and really was just an ambition of the university, starting at that very early stage. So for me to come back almost 9 years later to preside over this, our 5th congregation ceremony for graduates of NewMed, seeing so many newly qualified doctors, is a source of great personal joy and pride to me. The main thing I want to say to our graduates today, of course, is well done and congratulations for working so hard to get the degrees that we're about to award. This, of course, is mainly a day for celebration. It's a day for you to get together with your friends and family to celebrate your success. But of course, particularly on the right-hand side of the auditorium today, this is a day for realizing that you can never do it all alone without these friends and families and supporters. Your achievements in gaining the qualification we applaud today is impressive, but it's one in no small part and in varied ways your family, friends and partners will have all played a part. Just think for a moment of the support and encouragement that's being given so generously, the emotional support, practical, academic, and of course, for a lot of the parents in the audience, financial support. These are the people that have given structure and meaning to your life during these 5 or 6 years, and of course before that, and who have taken pride in your achievements, who have stood by you through the good and of course the difficult and tough times that you'll have all have gone through at some stage. So I'd like at this point to ask all of you who are graduating just to stand up for a moment and to show your appreciation for your supporters by giving them a round of applause. All right, please be seated. So Newcastle University, as you're aware, attracts students of outstanding quality, and we expect a great deal from them when they're with us. We expect them to work hard, apply their intellectual capacity, and be highly motivated to achieve their true potential. And we are not disappointed. Today's graduates are a reflection of that effort and quality. In turn, our graduates can take great pride in the fact that they have studied at a university that has a global reputation for many areas of teaching and research, and one that has a strong commitment to addressing the challenges being faced by society around the world. We are confident that our graduates have received a first-class teaching and learning opportunities at Newcastle University at NewMed, and that they will benefit throughout their career from the emphasis we place on developing their skills as doctors and scientists. I don't want to bore you with a lot of figures, but it is worth noting that Newcastle University is now ranked well inside the top 150 of world universities, according to the latest QS World Rankings. We attract over £110 million of research income a year, and last year, for the first time, the UK government assessed all universities in the UK for the quality of the teaching that it offers, and Newcastle received the highest gold award in that exercise. As you know, we are here today to celebrate the achievements of graduates in medicine and biomedical sciences, and I'd just like us to reflect for a moment on the critical role that these disciplines have in our everyday lives. Graduates, I'm sure you're all very aware of the importance of medicine and biomedical science to society and of the impact that your skills will make on the world. Newcastle University has a long history in medical education and research that can be traced back to 1834, when the medical school was formed with the aim of providing doctors for the north of England, prior to which we had to get doctors from London or Scotland, the older medical schools. In the mid-1800s, a physician named John Snow was a Newcastle graduate and a leader in the adoption of anesthesia and medical hygiene. He is famed as one of the fathers of modern epidemiology, in part because of his work in tracing the source of a cholera outbreak in London in 1854, findings that led to fundamental changes in the water and waste systems in the city. Before Snow came along, people believed that cholera was inhaled from the air, that it wasn't present in water. And this led to huge advances in improvement in general public health around the world. And this tradition of innovation and medical discovery continues to this day, with the university making significant contributions to biomedical science in areas such as stem cell research, mitochondrial diseases, diabetes, aging, and my own discipline, liver disease. And the exciting thing about becoming a medical and biomedical sciences graduate is that all these areas of medicine are now open to you. And I really want you to think about today as the start of a journey where you have this piece of paper that gives you that entry into these wonderful professions. But you can do so many things with it. Some of you might end up as researchers. Some of you may end up being primary care doctors, GP physicians. Others might be public health doctors, creating changes in health across the entire country. Others might spend your life looking down a microscope and be pathologists. But all of these things are now open to you with this degree that you will hold in an hour or so. Here in Malaysia, our reputation as a medical school is growing, and the recruitment to the programs that we offer is buoyant. This is the largest just taken-in intake we've ever had in the last month or so. Equally importantly, when it comes to our impact, our staff and students to continue to build links with the local community here in Johor Bahru. For example, our foundation students arranged donations from other staff and students and then visited the Handicapped and Mentally Disabled Children's Association of Johor Bahru. The NewMed Islamic Society organized the collection of clothes, food and other items for the children of Rohingya School of Refugees. The NewMed Student Association, in conjunction with EduCity, have arranged an Autism Awareness Day. And NewMed is part of a Leaf a Legacy campaign here in EduCity, as part of which we have planted a number of durian and other fruit trees in recent weeks. We also encourage our local partner hospitals and the Johor State Health Department to hold conferences and lectures at NewMed throughout the year. All of these activities, we believe, are helping to show that we are Bangsa Johor. At this point, I would like to pay tribute to Professor Roger Barton. Where is he? Standing at the back here. Professor Barton will be shortly leaving NewMed after a very successful term as its Chief Executive Officer and Provost. During his term of office, Roger has engendered excellent links with our neighbours and stakeholders, EduCity, the Iskandar Regional Development Authority, the UK 5 universities, the Malaysian Medical Council, and the Ministries of Health and Education. He has led a range of developments on campus, including that of our primary care centre, which we're opening this afternoon. He has also initiated the development of medical education postgraduate programs for staff and external students from NewMed, as well as a program of educational research for which he is internationally recognised. Roger has brokered arrangements through University Malaya, leading to the access to the House Officer program for international students. Thus, we now have a route whereby our international graduates coming into Malaysia can achieve full UK General Medical Council registration here in Malaysia at University Malaya Medical Centre in Kuala Lumpur. Most significantly, he has engineered a culture change, empowering staff and giving them the freedom to innovate and develop with responsibility and accountability. Roger, who I've known for 30 or more years, on behalf of all your colleagues here and back in Newcastle, thank you for your enormous contribution to the success of NewMed. So, what does this all amount to? It amounts to a university in good heart, confident and resilient, and one in which we hope you can take pride. 2 weeks ago, on October the 1st, we launched a new vision and strategy for the university to be a world-leading university, advancing knowledge, providing creative solutions and solving global problems, underpinned by the aspirational values of excellence, of creativity and impact. We want you to take a continuing interest in our journey towards realizing that vision, and as you leave NewMed, help as best as you can. For our part, we recognize the simple truth that our graduates are our greatest long-term asset. As Newcastle graduates, you are our best ambassadors. To the outside world, you are how our success and standing as a university will be perceived and judged. We take pride in you, in what you have achieved to date and what you will achieve in the future. I hope you will begin the next phase of your journey with confidence and pride as a Newcastle University graduate, wherever that might take you. As you travel the world, you will meet many Newcastle graduates, often now in senior positions, who champion the cause of the university. Our alumni base is large, well-positioned and growing all the time, with over 200,000 graduates now worldwide. I would urge you to take advantage of and to join and participate in our alumni community and events. It's important to us, and we hope it will be good for you. Before I give you my conclusions, related to that launch of our vision and strategy on October the 1st, we thought it was important to take the opportunity to start and tell a better story of what a wonderful university we work for or have studied in. And we produced, as part of this event, this launching our vision and strategy, a short film which we felt captured the essence of what Newcastle University has been, is, and will be in the future. And before I finish with my final summing up, I wanted just you to watch this film. It's no more than a couple of minutes long, but I think it says in a film much more than I can say to express what kind of institution we are and want to be. Could you show the video for me?
From Newcastle, for hard workers, for team players, for world leaders, for big ideas, for green energy, for regeneration, for cultural heritage, for a healthier nation, for those with dementia, for New York traders, for sculpture, for seas, for video gamers, for cleaner air, for electric cars, for moving displays, for tomorrow's stars, for wind turbines, for engineers, for future cities, for a peaceful moment in a gallery, for bionic hands, for poetic license, for a happy retirement, for prints, for painters, for flood defences, for flower farmers, for transplant patients, for food for all, for rich imaginations, for ageing populations, for future generations. The things we do here make a difference out there. From Newcastle, for the world.
So to conclude, I wish all of you celebrating your achievements today every success and happiness in both your professional and personal lives. As I've said, there is no way of predicting exactly where your personal life journey will take you, but whatever you find yourselves doing in the future, please keep in contact with us. Congratulations once again, and good luck.
Mr. Vice-Chancellor and President, I certify that the candidates to be presented at this congregation have satisfied all the requirements of the university. Mr. Vice-Chancellor and President, Professor Rudy Billes prays leave to present candidates who are qualified to proceed to awards in the School of Biomedical Sciences.
Professor Billes.
Mr. Vice-Chancellor and President, I present to you graduates to be admitted to the award of Bachelor in the School of Biomedical Sciences.
By the authority of the university, I admit these candidates to the awards for which they are now qualified.
The following graduates are presented for the degree of Bachelor of Science with honours in Biomedical Sciences. Nur Alia Firdaus Binti Ahmad Nazaruddin.
Congratulations. Well done. Well done.
Chao Min Yi.
Congratulations. Well done. Yeah, photograph.
Kelly Jong Soo Jing.
Congratulations. Well done.
Preetha Rajendran.
Congratulations. Well done.
Naveen Eugene Lewis Richard Lewis.
Congratulations. Well done. Yeah. Take your photograph. Well, you want the hug, yeah? Well done. 2 hugs.
Wong Jard Sin.
Congratulations. Well done. Well done.
Mr. Vice-Chancellor and President, Professor Rudy Billes prays leave to present candidates who are qualified to proceed to the awards in the School of Medical Education.
Professor Billes.
Mr. Vice-Chancellor and President, I present to you candidates to be admitted to the awards of Bachelor and Postgraduate Diploma in the School of Medical Education.
By the authority of the university, I admit these candidates for the degrees for which they are now qualified.
The following graduates are presented for the degrees of Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery. Govintharajan Chandrasagaran.
Congratulations. Well done.
Sailesh Mohana Krishnan.
Congratulations. Well done.
Karnesh Raju Paramasivan.
Congratulations. Well done.
Tharshni Shanmugam.
Congratulations. Well done.
Harshini Sugamaran.
Congratulations.
Anisha Vinod.
Congratulations. Well done.
Premjeet Singh Bakhrian.
Congratulations. Well done.
Muhammad Akmal bin Asmadi.
Well done. Congratulations.
Mohammed Daniel bin Maslan.
Well done.
Muhammad Farhan bin Mokhtar.
Well done. Congratulations.
Muhammad Firdaus bin Muhammad Faiz Pon.
Congratulations. Well done.
Ismail Hakim bin Omar.
Congratulations. Well done.
Muhammad Shafiq bin Zaini.
Congratulations. Well done.
Lamia binti Maqsood.
Congratulations.
Rehana Hanisa binti Amran.
Congratulations. Well done.
Nurul Nabila binti Che Hamid.
Congratulations. Well done.
Nurul Rehan binti Kamaruzaman.
Congratulations. Well done.
Husna Nadira binti Nasir. Adina binti Ngal Mohammed.
Congratulations. Well done.
Nurul Farahanis binti Rosli.
Congratulations. Well done.
Nabila Shafika binti Shamshuri. Miza Farahyanti binti Yopzain.
Congratulations. Well done.
Anis Sahira binti Zaidi.
Congratulations. Well done. And a hug.
Fatin Amira binti Zurkinain.
Congratulations. Well done.
Ao Yong Boon Leong.
Congratulations.
Siti Nurul Atika binti Muhammad Fadzil.
Congratulations. Well done.
Cassandra Chang Swetmin.
Well done. Congratulations.
Yung Chao Ying.
Congratulations.
Ku Chi Tang.
Well done. Congratulations.
Frida Chen Chin Yi.
Well done. Congratulations.
Li Cheng Yi.
Congratulations. Well done. And a hug. Here it come out. Okay.
Daniel Chong J. Jert.
Congratulations. Well done. Yeah. Oh. There you go.
Did a trend.
Could be a long ceremony.
Stanley Chu Shen Hong.
Well done. Great. Well done.
Man Kin Chung.
Congratulations. Well done. Yeah, you can.
Teo E. Nin.
Congratulations. Well done.
Sean E. Yu Shen.
You can. Well done. It was always a high-risk strategy, wasn't it?
Amma Nureldin Mohammed Al Sayed Al Sadi. Yi Yan Fun. Yo Ting Fong. Hong Goon Mei. Jonathan Gui Kok Wang. Jeremiah He Twang Yen. Michelle Ho Ka-wei. Chin Hui Stian. Ui Tse Hoi. Lai Jesse. Jia Le. Tan Jia Ro. Go Jia Xuan. Go Jia Yi. Lim Jia Yi. Ling Jia Ying. Poonjun Shang. Lee Jun Rui. Lo Ki Shin. Lau Ken Ming. Tang Ke. Ho Ching Kai. Paul Ku Lee Che. Meenakshi Lachman. Yolandi Lai Li Ching. Aaron Lau Heng Yik. Tan Lei Meng. Florence Li Ning Jia. Ting Li Tsin. Lo Li Li. Tan Li Wei. Jeremy Lo Jiawei. Tan Mei Ting. Yi Wei Ming. Vikram Sena Mohanan. Gabriel Ngui Chi Un. Stephanie Cha Nyuk Cha. Lim Pei Shan. Charmaine Quick Yen Ling. Danya Menon Radhakrishnan. Leo C. Wei. Cheng Shu Jun. Arvinder Singh Sidhu. Liu Mei Xian. Lim Su Ying. Alvin Tan Hao Yi. Gerald Tan Jack Soon. Fiona Ting E He. Tan Zi Yang. Michelle Vivian Go. Is he talking to you? Vernon Lee Chung Yen. Woon Wan Fang. Yong Wei Ling. Chan Wen Ni. Ruchira Omal Wikramasinghe. Dineth Umanda Vijay Shri Wardner. Cindy Wong Xiaolin. Jessica Wong Sun Wai. Alisa Lu Yan Hui. Yong Tek Yu. Lim Yong Won. Ready? Tae Yu Chin. Yap Si Jun. Chu Ze Yun. The following candidate is presented for the award of postgraduate diploma in medical education. Lo Huai Seng.
Professor Billis will now lead the Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery graduates in declaring their commitment to a code of good medical practice. Medical graduates, will you please stand?
Have you found the right page?
Yes, sir.
Repeat after me. I do solemnly declare that as a Doctor of Medicine from Newcastle University, I will exercise my profession to the best of my knowledge and ability for the good of all persons.
I solemnly declare that as a Doctor of Medicine from Newcastle University, I will exercise my profession to the best of my knowledge and ability for the good of all persons.
I will make the care of my patients my first concern, keep my professional knowledge up to date, and recognize the limits of my professional competence.
I will make the care of my patients my first concern, keep my professional knowledge up to date, and recognize the limits of my professional competence.
I will treat every patient politely with respect and dignity.
I will treat every patient politely with respect and dignity.
I will treat my patients considerately, respect their views, provide them with information, and involve them in decisions about their care.
I will treat my patients considerately, respect their views, provide them with information, and involve them in decisions about their care.
I will work with colleagues in the healthcare professions in ways that best serve my patients' interests.
I will work with colleagues in the healthcare professions in ways that best serve my patients' interests.
I will respect and aid those learning to acquire skills and competencies for the care of patients.
I will respect and aid those learning to acquire skills and competencies for the care of patients.
I will be honest and trustworthy, respect and protect confidential information, ensure that my personal beliefs do not prejudice my patients' care, act quickly to protect my patients from risk, and will not abuse my position as a doctor.
I will be honest and trustworthy, respect and protect confidential information, ensure that my personal beliefs do not prejudice my patients' care, act quickly to protect my patients from risk, and will not abuse my position as a doctor.
In all these matters, I will never discriminate unfairly against my patients or colleagues.
In all these matters, I will never discriminate unfairly against my patients or colleagues.
I will hold in due regard the honourable obligations of the medical profession, doing nothing inconsistent therewith.
I will hold in due regard the honourable obligations of the medical profession, doing nothing inconsistent therewith.
Above all, I dedicate my professional life to the service of those entrusted to my care.
Above all, I dedicate my professional life to the service of those entrusted to my care.
You may sit.
Mr. Vice-Chancellor and President, Professor Baldwin prays leave to present candidates who are qualified to proceed to degrees in the Faculty of Medical Sciences Graduate School.
Professor Baldwin.
Mr. Vice-Chancellor and President, I present to you candidates to be admitted to the award of Master of Research in the Faculty of Medical Sciences.
By authority of the university, I admit these candidates to the awards for which they are now qualified.
The following graduates are presented for the degree of Master of Research in Aging and Health. Hazia Nurul Fadila. Aldesta Nisa Nabila. Jan Martha Putri. Rivka Alina Uzwanti. The following graduates are presented for the degree of Master of Research in Cancer. Peter Adidama. Zoya Marie Adiesa. Sharon Hami Angel. Nadia Ramadhiani Nugrahadi. Tiara Gravella Pratomo. The following graduates are presented for the degree of Master of Research in Cardiovascular Science in Health and Disease. Rakshith Agarwal. Nabila Merdika Kosuma. Sarah Humaira Sugianto. Leroy David Vincent. Priscilla Gisela Wibowo. Oliver Emmanuel Josep. The following graduate is presented for the degree of Master of Research in Diabetes. Elonka Amaye. The following graduate is presented for the degree of Master of Research in Stem Cells and Regenerative Medicine. Eric Joeng. I'm now delighted to introduce Robert Teo, who will present 3 of our continuing students and 1 of our graduates with prizes for their performance in the last academic year. The following student is presented with the Stage 3 TMTO prize, Shalwini Paramasivan. The following student is presented with the Stage 4 TMTO prize, Liao Zi Hao. The following student is presented with the Stage 4 SSC Poster Prize, Nija Nishishri Salvadore. The following graduate is presented with the Stage 5 Walton Prize and the Stage 5 TMTO Prize, Lim Pei Shan. The following graduate is presented with the EduCity Top Student Award, Wong Ja Sin.
of Doctor of Science, Honoris Causa, upon Zaini Ujang.
Mr. Vice-Chancellor and President, distinguished guests, fellow colleagues, graduates, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to spend the next few minutes giving a citation on behalf of Dato Seri Dr. Zaini Ujang. Dr. Zaini has instructed me to keep this brief, so we should be finished by about an hour and a half. Dr. Zaini is the Secretary-General, Ministry of Energy, Green Technology and Water for Malaysia. Dr. Zaini is a passionate believer in environmental sustainability, a prolific writer and opinion former. He's become that rare thing, a thought leader who has enjoyed the professional success that has allowed him to put those thoughts into action. Dr. Zaini has enjoyed a meteoric rise since he completed his PhD in Newcastle in 1996. By 2008, he was, at 43, the youngest Vice-Chancellor of Malaysia's oldest university, University of Technology, Malaysia. His energetic work as Vice-Chancellor led to his promotion to become Secretary-General for the Malaysian Ministry of Higher Education, where he oversaw the creation of the 2015 to 2025 Education Development Plan, the Malaysia Higher Education Blueprint, an ambitious document that has set the landscape for policy for Malaysian universities for the coming decade. Before becoming Vice-Chancellor, he was very active and energetic as a researcher for the International Water Association, becoming, by election, Vice President at just 38. He is now an International Water Association Fellow. As Secretary-General since 2016 for the Ministry, he has put forward, overseen the development of and the rollout of an ambitious master plan for a bold green technology master plan for Malaysia to transform Malaysia into a low-carbon and resource-efficient economy and on a path for the long-term and sustainable achievement of development goals. If these plans come to fruition, Malaysia will lead the region and in some aspects the world in sustainable development. But first, some details. Dr. Zaini's academic career started in 1983 at University of Technology, Malaysia, where he did a Bachelor of Chemical Engineering. He worked for a while, returned to UTM as an assistant lecturer, and in 1990 began his first contact with Newcastle University. He came to Newcastle and undertook a Master of Science in Environmental Engineering. He returned to UTM, became lecturer and then head of the laboratory at the Department of Environmental Engineering. But the call of Newcastle was strong, and in 1994 he returned for almost 3 years to do his Doctor of Philosophy in Environmental Engineering with the catchy title of Treatment and Reclamation of Heavy Metals in Electroplating Wastes by Reverse Osmosis Membranes. In 1996, he had put rarely a foot wrong. His only mistake was supporting Chelsea, not Newcastle United. He returned to UTM as Associate Professor, was Director of the Institute of Environmental and Water Research Management in 2001, achieved full promotion to Professor by 2002. In 2006, he became Dean of the Faculty, Deputy Vice-Chancellor in 2007, and Vice-Chancellor in 2008. All of this academic work was not enough, so he then, in 2009, went to Harvard, to the business school, to do an advanced management program. He has a wide area of technical expertise, membrane technology for water and wastewater treatment, biological wastewater treatment, river rehabilitation and modelling, sustainability, amongst others. Dr. Zaini is well known in Malaysia as a professional environmental engineer, academic leader, innovator, essayist, and environmental thinker. He was the first recipient of the most prestigious Merdeka Award in 2009 for outstanding scholastic achievement. The New Straits Times has described him as a water icon, the National News Agency as an environmental ideologue. As an academic, he has published over 250 technical papers with more than 50 in international refereed journals, refereed several chapters, monographs and technical reports, and written over 1,000 articles. He's been instrumental in outsourcing research and innovation, both locally and internationally. And since he's asked me to keep this short, I will not go through the number of countries that he has had links and associations with or developed research with, but safe to say that they are absolutely global. He's a fellow of the Academy of Science Malaysia, senior advisor to the Prince Khalid bin Sultan Chair on Water Research at King Saud University, chairman of the Environmental Quality Council Malaysia, and fellow of the Institute of Chemical Engineers in the UK. He's a visiting research fellow at Massachusetts Institute of Technology, visiting professor at Imperial College London, and at Lund University in Sweden and Tsukuba University in Japan. He has registered more than 20 intellectual property rights jointly owned with his co-workers and former students, and commercialized 6 research projects. More widely, Datuk Zaini is an avid reader, a motivator, a prolific writer and essayist. He's been a regular weekly columnist in the Malaysian dailies. He's also keen on other things: horse riding, cycling, and book collection. And he tells me last night that he is still involved in these hobbies. He is husband to Datin Dr. Zaini Mokhtar, a medical doctor turned health advisor and author of books on healthy living, and his father to Siti Fatima, Aisha, Arif, and Mariam, who are all sitting with us here today. Scientists are currently working hard to work out how all this has been possible. Current theory is there are several Dr. Zainis. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Vice-Chancellor, Dr. Zaini is an unusual thing, a visionary and administrator. His books, papers, interviews, and YouTube videos tell us of the idealism for the environment and for education, and his CV demonstrates an astute and effective professional. He changes the landscape of each and every institution that he joins, from his early days at the Technical University of Malaysia through to his current position as Secretary-General for the Ministry of Energy, Green Technology and Water. He has played a significant role in transforming UTM into a research-active and graduate-focused university, and this now is rising through the world rankings, currently up to number 228. Dr. Zaini has always been a prominent supporter of Newcastle University in the UK and in Malaysia, and has maintained contact with the university through its staff and through the Vice-Chancellor's office. So in conclusion, Dato Seri Dr. Zaini, his achievements are exceptional by any standards, but specifically he embodies the institutional vision of Newcastle University, excellence with impact.
Dr. Zaini, by the authority of the university, I confer upon you the degree of Honorary Doctorate of Science, honoris causa.
Honorable the Vice-Chancellor and President, Professor Chris Day, CEO and Provost of NUMED, Professor Chris Baldwin, Professor Roger Barton, fellow esteemed professors and lecturers, graduates of Newcastle University, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great honor that I'm able to stand in front of you today, especially the young graduates. It is also my pleasure to be invited here today to be gratefully receive an honorary doctorate from these august institutions, which was also my alma mater. Newcastle has and always been close to my heart. I enrolled in the master's program in environmental engineering back in December 1989. I still remember the date. I arrived in Newcastle on the 26th of December, 1989, and again, 26th of December, 1993. So easy for me to remember the dates. And this is the best time to do shopping. This award motivates me to do three things in life. First, to spend more time to contribute to Newcastle and NewMed in particular, in many ways, mainly on knowledge sharing and research partnership as a visiting professor. Second, to devote my career on my passion on environmental sustainability from a relatively new approach that I call it eco-shift, to promote holistic transformation towards environmental sustainability. Eco-shift is a new book that I wrote. It was my 35th book so far. I have an ambition to write 100 books, so this not even halfway. And I would like to call myself as eco-shifter because we started that initiative, and we think that this is holistic transformation towards materializing sustainable development goals. Third, Newcastle will be much closer to my heart and my family. I had 3 degrees, academic credential after Newcastle, so I have to protect Newcastle as much as possible. I plan to be more active as an alumna to serve, not only limited to Newcastle in Malaysia, and hereby I declare to improve my Geordie accent in the future so I can speak better Geordie. I do not wish to take more time from this proper and memorable congregation. To the fellow graduates, success is predicted and it gravitates on the area of interest that rewards you holistically. Always remember to seek out challenges in life, not to only better yourself, but most importantly, to help the society. Solve a problem, and don't forget to come back to your roots, and that includes your school, and probably the Geordie land, if those who have not been to Newcastle yet. And go out and make your school proud. With that, I thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Before the proceedings are brought to a close, I'm delighted to introduce our student orator, Ko Chi Teng, who graduated with Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery. Ko will address the congregation on behalf of the students we are celebrating here today.
A very good afternoon to fellow graduates, family members, and faculty. My name is Chi Teng Koo, or most of you will know me as Tiffany. First of all, I would like to congratulate all the graduates in this hall today. Please give yourself a round of applause. It is an honor for me to be standing in front of you on behalf of the batch to express our joy and gratitude that we feel in our hearts today. Looking back, it has been a roller coaster ride through these 5 years of medical school. All these memories that we have made will be cherished forever, and one day we will look back and smile at the times that we have shared together. I wonder how many of you remember our first day in NewMed? I believe most of you do, as it was the start of a new chapter of our life. 23rd September 2013, the day we all felt excited to be meeting new people, but anxious at the same time, as we do not know what to anticipate. With our allocated registration time slots, we appeared at the LRC to collect our starter packs and oversized lab coats. Then came the next day. Choosing a spot in Jordan Lecture Theatre seemed to be the first important decision that we had to make in medical school. Well, that decision did help us to meet lifelong friends. Learning about pregnancy was our first official task. Equipped with a study partner, we were asked to set off on this journey that we knew nothing much of at that time. I hope we all know more about it now. In the later part of year 2013, we had Progress 1. It was a wake-up call for some of us. As a student, NewMed have taught me the essence of being humble. Just like the saying, no matter how smart we are, there is always someone smarter than us out there. Stage 2 came in a flash. We moved from Jordan to Bailey's Lecture Theatre. It felt like a level up in Super Mario games. More challenging topics were introduced that year, and we were glad that the lecturers always made sure not just our physical selves were with them during the lecture, but our brains as well. We do need our brains to study about brains, right? The crowds at night in the library and IT cluster were increasing rapidly in an exponential graph. Rushing our assignment deadlines and trying to finish our anatomy handouts at the same time has managed to improve our multitasking skills greatly. I'm glad there's no end note for this speech today. Just when we thought we were done with all the assignments, the second toughest exam in medical school was waiting for us at the corner. Studying late into the night and walking back to Student Village under the moonlight with NewMed security guards following closely behind, ensuring our safety became a routine of many of us. 9 months passed at the speed of lightning, and we entered stage 3. Stage 3 came with a whole new level of challenges. We were allocated to different hospitals for attachments with our new lab coats and BNFs. Bedside teaching was very different. It was more engaging, and we were able to appreciate all the signs and symptoms on a real patient instead of on the projector screen. Communication skills that were taught intensely during the first 2 years were able to be put to good use. Facing real patients and doing procedures made us feel closer to our dream of becoming a doctor. That was indeed a very long yet enjoyable year. After less than a month of summer break, we officially started as stage 4s. We were back in the campus attending lectures, preparing for the most difficult exam in medical school. The thought of being able to do SSEs and electives during our second semester acted as a driving force for us to work harder for the coming exam. For the second semester, everyone was spread out across the globe, doing SSEs and electives of their choices. That period was indeed one of the most rewarding ones throughout these 5 years. I believe most of you will agree with me on that. It was the time to reignite the passion in us that made us pursue this path in the first place. People often say that time flies fast when you're doing something you love. Without realizing it, stage 5, the final year started. Our dream to be a doctor felt so near, yet so far. PSA was the first obstacle of the year. Our rusty mathematical skills were forced to be awakened. Seminar rooms were filled with us, stage 5s, every day practicing calculations. Then came the second obstacle, more slurs. With more slur after more slur, we were very much drained of brain power, but we still held on because of this little dream of ours. There was so much to prepare for with such limited time, since written exams were quickly approaching as well. With all the blood, sweat, and tears that we have shed, we are now part of this celebration today. I hope none of you needed to shed real blood. We are able to make it this far, not only with our efforts, but with our very own support system as well. Our families, friends, seniors, and lecturers have all played vital roles in helping us to be where we are now. Thus, I, along with the whole entire batch, would like to express our utmost gratitude for all the faith and trust that was put in us. Thank you for believing in us and our abilities. Through medical school, we have gained valuable knowledge and friends and partners for some. Graduating medical school may be the end of this chapter of our life, but only by ending it, we will be able to start writing the next chapter as doctors. I still remember during my NewMed interview, I was asked, what are the similarities between studying medicine and running a marathon? Other than both of them starts with the letter M, studying medicine is a long journey, like running a marathon. We keep pushing our limits throughout the marathon and take a break for recovery before training for the next marathon. Just like a marathoner, we are currently taking our recovery breaks, and in a few months, we will continue on this medical journey. For those that have started on this journey, keep up the good work. It may be a rough and bumpy road ahead, but as Barack Obama once said, when times get tough, we don't give up, we get up. Therefore, I wish everyone all the best and keep walking down this path confidently, as confidence is the key to success. I would like to end my speech today with a word of thanks again to everyone that have supported us through this journey, and to graduates of class 2018, well done. Thank you.
Well done, that was marvelous. There you go.
Will you please stand?
This congregation is now closed.